Unholy fuck, everybody in the Black Flame universe. It's Friday night, and what better way to kick it off than with us, the unholy demonic duo. I don't know what you want to call us, but us two assholes here for you this evening.
That's about right this week. This is you just say assholes this week. Fuck.
we wrote the book on fuck this bullshit week. I don't know if any of y'all out there have had kind of a shitty week as well, just because constantly every time we try to take 2 steps forward, we get knocked back 10. And if you feel like that and you're ready to hear a kick-assery fucking record, the review we're doing tonight for the band Scour is, man, this record, this ain't the Phil Anselmo that you know.
if you put this album on not knowing that it's Phil, you're not gonna know it's Phil till you fucking look it up. There may be a couple little clean vocals here and there that you was like, wait a minute, is that Phil? You got to go check it because that's how much different it is.
Well, we're going to get into it, but he's definitely utilizing different vocal tools. So what we want you to do out there, metal lovers, everybody in the attic section, get y'all asses sharing this out anywhere and everywhere. There is a metal lover, an extreme metal lover, because this band is definitely one of those bands that attributes every single extreme metal style all in one band. But before we get into this madness, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brother over at Horror Struck Hot Sauce. Hotter than hell. Check it out. The Lament configuration is by far one of the tastiest flavors, in my opinion, because if you like a good spicy garlic parmesan, that is definitely the one for you. But there are other ones that are just going to blow your mind. So get over there, horrorstruckhotsauce.com, and check out all the new shit. Luna Projects, what's up? Rebecca in the house as well. Not sure where everybody else went or is, but damn it, don't be afraid to talk to us. So, you know, we've always kind of prefaced this. Hey, what's up, Kyler? Good to see you, brother. We've always kind of prefaced this with the fact that Phil Anselmo is just the face and the voice of, how do I want to say that? So many different voices that he can do. He's, you know, it's like some people have many faces. He's got many voices, this guy. Anything from Down, which is a very stonerific, very clean singing. And then, of course, you know him more prominently from the band Pantera back in the day, where he was pretty much just a hardcore vocalist, a little bit of punk influence there as well, I would say, in that particular band. And then, of course, you know, some people might remember him from Super Joint Ritual, which was just a punk band, kind of crazy. And then he stepped into the world of black metal. And it's just like, you know, I remember when the first EP came out, Black, that I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if Phil Anselmo can bring black metal and do it justice. And I was blown the fuck away.
Once I found out it was him, I was like, what the fuck? That's exactly what I thought. Because I never thought of him being that. I knew he was an extreme vocalist, but I didn't think about him being that extreme of a vocalist.
Exactly.
Once I finally, because growing up a Pantera fan, a Down fan, and stuff like that, you don't think of him as that. So once I got that out of my mind and opened it up, say, hey, he's branching out on a new genre. Let's see how he does. I think I thought, well, shit, he's got it. He's got all the chops for it. So I hope it develops more and more. And this seems to be on the right track right now.
I mean, this is their first actual full record.
Yeah.
Um,
The other one was VPs.
pull this up here. There they are, these titans of extreme metal. It's so funny how everybody else looks so much younger than him. But damn, he delivers unfucking believably. And simply, this record is called Gold. And in a way, I can see why. I'm not exactly sure if there is a theme per se throughout this record.
It for me, it wasn't. It each song for me has its own. I mean, it's like that with most metal music, but usually an album has a theme, and each song adds to that theme. For
Right.
me, this one has each song has its own individual, I guess, storyline. I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's satanic references in it, yes. So that's kind of a little bit of a theme there, but
I was
it
gonna
breaks
say.
it down. It breaks it down into other things as well. So it's kind of hard to put just one thing to it. So
Right. So yeah, there's definitely occult references.
yeah,
There's, a lot of different things, honestly. Um, so I guess we just got to jump right into this thing. Obviously, you know how we rate stuff. So excuse me. Let me pull this up real quick. 13 tracks, guys.
and to be a first album, like a first full length album, that's fucking massive.
That's
For
a
in my
lot of
book,
songs to throw at somebody.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Santa, for alcohol, Kyler says. I'm dying. Oh my goodness.
Then he says Satan, not Santa.
Exactly. Of course, we always thank the Dark Lord for the devil's nectar, of which I am obviously partaking. Let's see here. Oh,
Mine's gonna.
Lizzie and Mortimer said that their clocks have lied to them.
Just go ahead and say it. Y'all was getting.
Just didn't want to get down with us. We know how it is. We get you. But anywho.
But that's like I said. I try to go into any album that I listen to with an open mind, no matter who it is. I always try to separate the art from the artist. There's some occasions that's harder to do than it is, but
Of course.
um, but
Lizzie says Cody Hush.
wrong show. But anyways, but this one it wasn't really that hard to separate. I mean, once you find out it's him, you just try to get the best you can from it, and then he delivers on it. He delivers 100% vocal wise. So.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. So let's get into this first track, Cross.
100% destroying purity and Christianity is what I got from that song. It's I have to look up the lyrics right quick. I wrote it down as defiling the virgin because they talk about destroying, pretty much like destroying the pureness and then it's God damn it, I've got to look up the lyric. I can't remember it. I had it, then it went. Give me a second.
Well, I mean, it starts out with very tasty, groovy parts. It's a very groovy kind of rhythm. And it's one of the things that I find overall very dynamic about this band is the fact that they mix groove with the blast beating. So
Yeah.
there's obviously a current trend right now in a lot of new black metal bands coming up, and that is the bringing in of slower, groovy kind of grooves to set you up, and then tear you down with the big blast beat.
Yeah. This album is full of blast beats. It's got every bit of it.
Oh
It-
God,
Each song, except for the slowdown on the instrumentals, that's when you get your little bit of breathing room that we always talk about. There's 3 instrumentals on this album, but each song that is
we'll
in
get to that.
between those is gonna whoop your ass, and at some level.
Well, yeah, once it winds up and it takes off,
Uh,
fuck no.
what I was referring to is like the last lyrics in this song says, "Destroying the cross, befouling the cunt." So you get your reference of that. The Virgin Mary is the cunt, and then you destroy the cross. That's how what I took from it. So, and everybody loves blasphemy and their black metal. So there you go.
Right.
But yeah, it's a heavy track. It's a heaviest track to start off with.
Very, very heavy track. I mean, and that's kind of the way some bands they come right out of the gate, like with like Morbid Angel and some of the other bands that we have known and loved for so long. It's like they have a very kind of like keyboard ethereal thing going on, and then boom, it hits you with blast beats left and right. It's just like fuck, you know.
Yeah,
So the fact that they started this off with a nice groove, and then into the onslaught and bringing that pain and that power. It's kind of up and down. It's not all the way through. It's not, massive just all
yeah.
the way through. So it does give your ear a chance to kind of calm down a little bit.
I like it both ways. Like I like when a band can do a slow introduction and then just hit, but then also the chaos in me loves it when they just come balls wide open and just go for it, give you everything, and then give you a little bit of a break, and then just go right back to it. So it's a little. I'm back and forth on both ways, and this album definitely delivered on the bringing the it right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Phil obviously demonstrates pretty much right out of the gate that
Yeah,
he can give you the lowest of the low. If there's one thing we know about Phil's just talking voice, even
yeah.
just very low.
Like growing up and watching interviews with him, I always wondered I wonder if he branched out into other vocal ranges because how deep it is, how raspy he can make it. But you hear his screams in Pantera all the time, so he has the high vocals, and if he can push it that high, he can push it a little bit higher and have a black metal fry with it. But dropping it low and going lower than his speaking voice he definitely he pushes that very well.
Yeah, it's very deep, very guttural. And oh my goodness. He can bring it's a voice that I'm currently calling it's not Phil, but it is Phil. He's got a higher kind of almost like a witchy kind of scream on this record. It's very evident on this first track. So
He
it's really a shocker to me. It shocked me throughout this entire record. I'm like, dude, that doesn't even fucking sound like Phil.
Exactly. That's what I thought the whole time. I've listened to it probably 5 or 6 times now. And like the whole time thinking it, I had to remind myself, like, hey, that's fucking Phil Anselmo you're listening to. That's not some dark badass motherfucker from the forest in Norway that's letting shit out. You know what I mean? That's fucking Phil Anselmo.
But it's like, you're expecting, we've heard him scream before, and stuff. So
Yeah. You gotta think. I mean, the high he hits in Cemetery Gate. If you take that high and you add a little bit of distortion to it, you're going to have a fry. And then you just distort it just a little bit more, then you're going to have a high vocal fry that's typical in black metal. So it's it's badass through the whole album.
Absolutely. And it's even more evident on the next track, Blades, which is one of the tracks off the record. If you go to Spotify, that people are really digging, and it's a great track. It continues this dance between, you know, groove, lots of melodicism, but you're getting that great tremolo picking. Luna Project says compared to Peter Steele low, it's not quite that low, but it gets pretty damn low.
It's low, but Phil's lows are have a rasp to him. He's got a grit behind him, you know, which Peter did too. But if you listen to Down, you'll hear that the grit and a little bit of a roughness that's in Phil's voice. So when he brings that in and he does his clean vocals on this, it just adds that dark and demonic feel to it to me. No, not in pun as feel, but you get the feeling of, hey, that's a dark demonic person speaking.
Yeah.
And it feels that way for me. But that's just going in with an open mind and listening to it as a storyline. That's not me being technical, you know? So
right. But it's very indicative of black metal. And then you're getting this keyboard. You get some melodicism with these keyboards that are in the background. They're in the fray, and it's not overpowering everything. The drums are super crisp on this track. Actually, all the tracks, to be perfectly honest.
It's mixed very well.
Whoever mixed this did a A1 fucking job, man.
I had it pulled up
for us on the lyrics by chance for this one.
I like most time when I do these, like I said, I listen to the story behind it. I'll look up the lyrics and then I'll take my interpretation of it and put it in something. This one it talks about a gothic tower of gore and horde fighting, and for me it feels like you bring the Antichrist to into being, because there's a lyric. It says, "Vomit the Father and digest the Son," and everybody knows it's a mockery. You can tell it's a mockery of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. But this just in my mind, but y'all know I'm dark minded anyway, so it's just it entails a battle where the hordes are fighting, that they're taking over the heavens or wherever they may be, and the dark side is winning in the story for a change. That's how I feel about it. But it's definitely a darker song. Like, all of them are pretty dark. I mean, and when I say dark, I don't mean just, hey, it went night. Imagine going to the deepest pit of the abyss, and that's where you're at. But yeah, this one definitely tells a story.
Absolutely, it does. From start to finish, a very, very solid fucking track. When we get to Infusorium, which is actually one that I'm very much is kind of like in the running to be one of my favorite tracks. And apparently, according to Spotify, this has been everyone's favorite track thus far. And like I said, the theme is groovy, and then they just hit you with this onslaught when the vocals come in.
We'll have like 5 or 6 more till we get to my favorite one.
Well, we're not really going to cover the instrumentals, in my opinion. Yeah. I don't think they're necessary to cover.
No.
I understand, the band has a lot of creativity, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Um, you know, but
Yeah.
this track is something special. How did it hit you there, Defiler?
Which one? Blades or
In
Enforcer?
in forcing
Hey,
them.
but it was different. It hit straight out of the gate, which we're gonna say that a lot about this album. It's dark. It's got every bit of the elements of black metal you would ask for.
Mhm.
It goes into talking about I cannot pronounce Quilific tree, which is a chaotic tree that it represents like death and stuff, and going through your unconscious mind. So for me, it's talking about when you're in your unconscious mind, you're in a dream realm. You're hitting a little bit of dark. You're thinking of life. Maybe you're thinking of death. There's something that's in the realm that's representing something that's chaotic in your life. Um, and takes you to a place of death and despair. That's what I got from it. So it's really it's heavy. That's the only way I can really describe it. And I mean, I know I use that word a lot, but it's just a heavy, dark song.
Oh, every theme in these songs are dark.
Yeah.
It's probably the darkest that he's ever been. Um,
And I
I mean,
love
the
that. Like,
musicians are first fucking rate too.
yeah. I mean, you got to think. Down has a little bit of darkness there too. That was some things. Pantera, it was just a little bit of everything. It was wild. There was darkness there, but it didn't hit as dark as he's going in with this. And I love the fact that somebody can go through so many different changes, and then when that darkness finally hits in them, they can bring it to life. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But it's definitely there. How was it for you?
Um, obviously, it sounds like love from the abyss when it hits me. Um, Especially, I mean, I've jammed this track probably about 5 or 6 times. And Phil's vocals, there's like over layering, which is one of those things that I love in this type of black metal. When they're layering it's like 1 second you're getting and then you're it's like you get them both and they just follow each other, but it's kind of brilliant. And again, you get those melodic keys behind it, which I'm wondering if it's the guitarist using a special pedal for this. That he's doing his tremolo picking, but the keys are following his tonality.
It
I
definitely
wouldn't be
be
surprised.
interesting. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It wouldn't surprise me, but it definitely be interesting to see like a rundown of their equipment or what pedals they use and stuff like what tuning they use and everything like that. It definitely would be a fun watch. I'm just looking up the guitarist name because I can't remember his name.
Uh,
It,
you know what? I actually had it. Hold on. uh,
what the fuck? I typed in Scour guitarist and Google brought up who was Jimmy Buffett's lead guitarist. I'm like, what the fuck?
the guitarist is Adam Jarvis of Pig Destroyer and Lockup.
That's I couldn't remember people from. But for some reason, I wanted to say cattle decapitation instead of pig destroyer. I don't know why, but
Well,
that's what I was saying.
it's the Jarvis brothers.
Yeah,
Um, so we have John Jarvis from Agoraphobic Nosebleed, and then the great Adam Jarvis from Pig Destroyer. So the two of them getting together, obviously the guitar work is fucking sick.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what I like. Like I said, I didn't want to say the wrong fucking band for there. For I don't know why the hell, but anyways, it's I don't know. They're definitely talented, and I think he isn't Jarvis the one that pretty much formed the band. I believe it was Jarvis.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well, it was pretty much the two of them.
Yeah. But yeah. All right, I'm back to reality now. I just didn't want to say the wrong fucking band.
And it's so important because everybody out there in the attic section, we don't want to tell you the wrong stuff. So
Yeah.
that's why we
When
want to
you
make sure we
you
let you
listen
guys
to
know.
many different bands as I do, like you're gonna have to do. You got to go back and
Aha.
say, wait a minute.
Luna Project says you're right about in for
Yeah,
infusorium. That's it. I
that's a
got it.
fucking tongue twister, dude. I'm telling you.
Well, Phil Anselmo is kind of known for this.
Yeah, that's like what is there's one song we're going to talk about in a little bit, and the word that's in it I can't pronounce it, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. So I googled the damn thing. When I googled it, it only come up in the lyrics for this song. So to be honest with you, I don't know what the fuck it means. Maybe I'll get an explanation at some point.
It's probably it's probably
I think it's in coin. To be honest with you,
shit. I'm not sure. It's probably a fused word. You know what I mean?
all I know is it's got the word corpses at the end of it. So when it's talking about a corpse, it can't be that bad. Well, you get the idea. I need to get a different damn keyboard is what I need to do. Or at least one that's got a longer cord on it. But yeah, we're just gonna skip the instrumentals, right? Because the
Yeah,
next song would have been
we're skipping that for sure.
next one. This song is called Ornaments. It's an instrumental. If you listen to black metal, you know what instrumentals are. They're a little prelude, a little breathing room into before you go back to your ass kicking. Why
Exactly.
it is not in the song Coin. What in the hell song was it in? God damn it. Anyways, we'll get to that in a little bit. The next full length song on here is the song Coin. It also
That's another fan favorite.
Yeah, because it features Gary Holt from Exodus is one thing. So there's a little bit of the whole damn album is cake. You just get little sprinkles on top of it, and that's some extra sprinkles on your piece of cake, adding Gary Holt into it. This lyric wise, it brings in a goat headed idol, which you know how we are. We pick out anything that has that satanic theme. If we pick up on it, we're going to bring that out. That talks about a goat headed idol, mysterious men, and in a torturous place, a place of agony, and stuff like that. And it's definitely, I'm trying to figure out a word to describe the whole song. Definitely wide open. It's a wide open song. Gary Holt's guitar playing in it is fucking phenomenal. It fit in very well.
Ooh, when we think
think
about massive, shredderific, tasteful guitar solos, Gary Holt brings it like no other.
If you think about Gary Holt, of course you're gonna think about Exodus, and if you think about a thrash metal band, you're not gonna be thinking about a black metal band. But
right,
he brings it in this song. He showed up and he showed the fuck out real quick.
Hell yeah,
yeah.
It was just very, very. Oh my goodness! I wish I could play these guys. I really wish that I could play these songs for you, but unfortunately, we get spanked left and right.
You better blast and spank that ass and play them.
Oh man, to the point where I start getting messages saying that, oh, we're gonna delete your page and this and that and the other thing, and I'm just like, fuck you guys.
I've got to figure out this shit out because there are guys that literally play the fucking videos while they're like they do a whole video, they're playing it and everything, and nothing fucking happens. I've got to figure this shit out. Like, I'm about to message these guys, like, how do y'all avoid copyright or some shit just to get past it?
Oh, I'll tell you what, and it's not because they have special treatment or anything like that. It's just that there's so many of us, but then again, haters will hate, and I'm sure they always try to push it our way. But I do have a great example from their Instagram uh, for this record.
Oh, yes.
And it's going to give you a good example of this groove that we're talking about, because in black metal you really don't get that. Check it out. So you can hear some of that the great leads that are being played over top of a great chuggerific riff there. It really kind of gives you a look into what this record is like. Unfortunately, I wish it was longer. You know how they do on Instagram. They don't always give you the what's coming next part.
Yeah.
Because what comes next on that track is gonna fucking
I think that's gonna end up being like my second favorite from the whole album. But
very much so.
I think it's my second favorite. My first one is gonna be dark as fuck.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So I'm actually going to skip forward just a little bit. There's nothing wrong with the song "Evil." That's not why I'm skipping it, but naturally, the big bad devil daddy himself is going to jump at a track that is simply called "Devil." And it is everything you want and more. It's grandiose. When they hit the blast beating on this and really start to kind of kick up the jams, as it were, it feels like the halls of hell just opened up and you're walking in through the front gates. And it really creates like that feel. Did you happen to catch the lyrics on this track? I didn't get a chance to look them up.
I did, and like I didn't put lyric for lyric, so I put my kind of own. I always my own spin on it. But from the track "Evil," "Devil," and then the instrumental and the next two after that, they're all just like you're in the fucking belly of hell. It's that dark. But yes, this "Devil." Kind of the beginning of it kind of feels of they're speaking of binding a spirit or a being that had been made from the earth, and then it could, because it was laying waste into pretty much everything. So it gives you that little bit of a vibe to it. If you can, if when y'all listen to the album, you can go to Google and you can go to I think Spot Bandcamp may have them. But there's another website that you go on Google and you can look up each song, play it, and look at the lyrics all at the same time. So it's there. That's what I kind of did, but I used YouTube and kind of compared back and forth. But yeah, this song is definitely hits. It everything Reaper said and plus some, because we're probably dumbing it down a little bit, to be honest with you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, with the blast beating in this, with the big melodicism of the keys going along with that tremolo picking, it almost kind of feels like you're in a movie with this track. And it's everything that you would expect, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's this to be an American black metal album. It is full blown black metal, and I'm not trying to talk down on American black metal bands or nothing. That's not what I'm saying. But you say the word black metal, most people are going to think Norway and England.
Always.
And rightful so. Those guys put out everything that they did. But
Mhm.
this is feels good to have a home band that represents black metal. This is good. You know what I mean? But yeah, this song is called Devil, and the first lyrics are once a three-dimensional and outwardly sound, now two-dimensional and downwardly bound. For me, that's talking about a being that has been bound, has been constricted. Um, it says torn from ancient crust, secrets from the catastrophe. The whole devil is a lot less than required. So you can get the idea from those lyrics there. I don't want to quote word for word, and we get spanked for that, but um, it's definitely one of the more faster tracks on the album for me. I don't know if Reaper feels that way or not, but it's definitely fast. It's definitely
Oh, it's very fast. Yes.
yeah.
I love the dance between the blast and then what we call a traditional blast, which is just the snare,
Yeah.
and then it just kind of comes back and forth. The drummer here is fucking amazeballs. I love his use of singles. It's not all the super high technical stuff that a lot of the other drummers in this extreme genre use. His double kicks are very tasty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, which track do we have next?
The next one, the next three, well, the next one would have been another instrumental that is called Contaminated, which it's an instrumental. Like we said earlier, you know black metal, you know instrumentals. Then it goes to the ninth track on the album, which is called Hell. And definitely for me,
Oh,
it
it
gives off.
sounds like hell.
Yeah, this one has a little bit of it describes being tortured. Let's put it
Big
that
time.
way. Um, it's like you've went through war, you've died, you've entered hell. You're not the person the person you was in life has come full circle. When you've got to hell, you're being tortured. You're being put through rituals. You're putting through everything. Because one of the
Mm.
lyrics in this is rituals abused on you. So it describes a very, very dark, ominous, tortured place. Um, shit, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, if an album is, or if a song is named Hell, you're pretty much going to get the exact what you want out of this song. Um, it's not.
Uh,
I think it was one of the.
there we go.
This song was on. It was only two. This song was only like 2 minutes and 34 seconds, so it's not very long. But in those 2 minutes, you get a very grotesque story.
Yes. And
Yep.
it's almost kind of
I started to
indicative.
freeze there for a minute. I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
It did. It's kind of indicative of death metal
Yeah.
in a way, in its
Yeah.
construction, subject matter, all that stuff. So definitely a
Yeah.
fucking
Very,
fantastic.
very much so.
Excuse me.
The
And
next
then we have
song,
Invoke.
this is my favorite song on the album. This was the first song I heard off the album, and most of the time when I hear the first song I hear off 5 albums, usually 98.9% of the time are always my favorite ones. But this one's just
Yeah.
it speaks of you killing a godlike deity, and once you've defeated the deity, it's like you're showing your allegiance to Satan, and once you have done that, to please him, you have to dismember your body. Pretty much, but it talks of give your body. It says it'll go all hell Satan, then give your body to Satan. Um, give your eyes to him, and your blood to evil, and your heart to feast. So
Mhm.
in many ways, you could take that. You could take it as a physical being, or you could take it as a spiritual way. So, but if you think about it in the spiritual realm, or if you're trying to defeat something that's in your own personal demons or some shit like that, you can look at it that way. You're giving up this part, you're giving that up to sacrifice for the greater evil to say. So it's
Mhm.
definitely a lot of ways it can be interpreted.
My
And,
interpretation, when I think of what Phil has been through, I mean, it's
yeah,
no secret what that dude's been through. Um, the fact that his body was basically broken, especially his back, and
yeah,
what that's like, and then battling addiction, coming out of that. He's been very, very vocal, I'd say, probably in the last 5 years, musically, about
yeah,
all the different tragic things that he's been through, having to bring his buddy back to life from doing heroin and you know what I mean? Just being a part of that madness.
yeah.
Um,
And
there's no better version of hell that I could think of that doesn't involve those things. So being able to get it out in this black metal kind of way, I think is fucking awesome.
yeah,
you know, it's like we always say, music is therapy. Well, you know, Phil's kind of like the tough guy, bad guy, or not bad as in bad, but just he's always trying to show how tough he is, and
yeah.
it's like it's more of an intimate look at his psyche, and it comes out in the lyrics.
I love how in these videos, like the ones I have seen, I haven't seen very many of them yet, but I love how fucking calm he is now. Like,
Yeah,
well, he's just existing, fucking belting this shit out. Versus, Phil from the '90s, he's fucking on stage, jumping around, bouncing. I
yep,
love that. I mean, I know he's older, but I love that the. I guess you could say the matureness has come in. He's just like he realized, hey, I'm just this badass. I'm here. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel, and I fucking love that shit. And
yep,
yeah,
absolutely. And
and
it's all about the music.
he's
It's
so
not
fucking
about the
serious
antics.
in these too. So
Yeah, that's even more awesome.
yeah,
Uh, the fact that he's more into the music than he is just the persona that he's
yeah.
always had. Okay.
But yes, if y'all listen to that album or that song, that is my favorite song on here. Just tell me what y'all think, because I fucking love it. It's I would never thought I would hear fucking Phil and doing a deep growling voice belt out all hell Satan. So I never thought that would happen. So I was like, yay! But
Right.
but
Now, how
yeah,
about the title?
the title track is the one that has the word in it that I can't figure out what the fuck it means. So we're just gonna go on with it. If y'all look at the lyrics, it's gonna be something corpses. It's a
Oh,
something
yeah,
corpses
yeah.
well. If y'all figure out what that words means, comment and tell me that too, because I sure as fuck can't. But
Right.
uh, I liked it. It was for me. It talks about rituals and having corpses wail and have corpses wailing in the chaos, and it's you're breaking away from heaven and stuff like that. And for me, that's you're destroying the heavens. You're getting away from everything. And like I said, it's another song that could be represented in multiple ways.
Yeah,
It could be so. It's definitely a heavy track. It's definitely I won't say the heaviest of the album, but it's definitely up there.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Excellent fucking track. And the last two.
Number 12 is going to be Angels, which is an instrumental. And then the very last one, number 13, is called Serve. Um, it's bad when you can't even read your own damn handwriting. Uh,
Mm.
it's talking about the beings that have been. Oh, they started out as humanoids, and then they went through a transformation. And what happened to their realm, their world, their whatever happened? It was destroyed, and what emerged was still human-like, but it wasn't full human. And it talks about their existence and how they exist. And it says, ask them who they worship, and they'll show you. And it says, talk about showing you what deity, what god, what element, whatever you per se, what they worship. So it's definitely one of the it's one of the weirder tracks on there. I'll put it that way. But
It is. It's a
it's
little different.
heavy and it's heavy. It's a little different. It's dark. It's got all black metal elements to it. So it's definitely worth listening to. The whole album's worth listening to. But it's just one of those darker songs. Like I've said that about a whole album, but
It's yeah,
it
it's the roaming what do you call it?
yeah
The roaming theme throughout this
yeah.
entire record.
And
Uh
sets that fucking atmosphere. The whole album sets that black
it's
metal
atmospheric
atmosphere
as fuck, man.
everybody loves. To me, I
It,
love it. I do have some negatory marks on it, but other than that, the whole album's amazing to me. It was it wasn't what I expected going into it.
mm.
So
Well, I mean, for me, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. Because I'm not a fan of songs to be thrown in there just because, and that's the I don't like to shit on instrumentals. I just don't think an album like this had to be 13 songs long. I feel like
that's
there could have been a few that could be a B side or maybe on the next effort.
yeah. I can't remember if it's Angels or Contaminated, but one of those feels so outplaced. That's my only derogatory note on the fucking album is that
Yep.
it just felt outplaced. If other, I'm in the same boat you between 4.5, maybe 4.7, but that being there just kind of threw it off a little bit. If that wasn't there, I'd give it a 5 for the whole fucking album.
Exactly. Production overall, 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
Musicianship, 5 out of 5. These guys are fucking phenomenal. But you throw a couple of tracks in there just cause, and they don't make sense. That's when it kind of was like, okay, and skip. Um,
I listened to them. I let it play over and over in my earbuds on my driving for work. I listened to it. It was just it was there. I didn't have nothing else to do, so I just let it go. But I got to thinking like, wait a minute, this just don't fucking sound right. Why is it here? It should have been there. Like I think I could have rearranged it, and I would have gave it a little bit more. But it's just in a weird spot. Other than that, it's fucking amazing. I'd tell anybody to go listen to this album. Don't
I
knock it because
definitely
there's
recommend it. I recommend it
yeah.
completely. This is
Especially if you're wanting to broaden your horizon of black metal. If you want to look at metal in different, say, American, European, or
yep,
whatever, it's here's you an American black metal band that's kicking ass. Hopefully,
yes.
going to kick a lot more ass. So
And it's, there's no face paint involved, there's no corpse paint, there's no, let's dawn the stage with things. This is just them going hard at what they do.
yeah,
It's not that I don't like the corpse paint stuff. It's not that I don't like the theatrics. This band doesn't need it. And if you check out the video that's currently out there right now that they released, um, excuse me, you're going to see that it's like, wow, these guys are just really, it's almost darker than if they did have fucking corpse paint on in a lot of ways. So
I'd
this is our
I'd pay
review,
to
guys.
I'd pay to see Phil in corpse paint. I would.
Oh, yeah, I definitely would too. I mean, he did the Paul Stanley thing the one time, and I was like,
They
ah,
have,
it
they
should
have
be darker. It should be more evil.
they have videos out for Blades and in for you. I cannot say that. You're gonna have to say it. Inferiorium,
Infusorium.
Infusorium. There you go. They have videos out for it, so they're definitely. And it's just Phil in a fucking black button-up shirt.
That's
Like,
it.
what the fuck?
But it's dark as fuck, though, when
Yeah.
you think about it, like the feeling that you get.
The only thing he needs is that little priest placard right there. Oh, that's what he needed. And that would fucking bring it all together.
Oh, dude, I'd shit bricks for a fucking month if he did that. I'd be like, dude, yes.
That would tie it together and be like, unholy fuck.
Exactly right. That's our review, guys. This fucking album has so many surprises, and we're giving you how it like touched us.
Yeah.
So we urge you to give it a spin.
I'd love for y'all to let each person listen to it. If y'all want to, just message me what the hell y'all think about it. I mean,
Yeah, we want to know.
Yeah.
Definitely. We want to
Because
know.
my interpretation can be different from Reaper's, and yours could be. And I love talking about shit. So
There's so many aspects to this record that to me were a little bit of a game changer. Obviously, Nuclear Blast thought that this band is very cutting edge, and in my opinion, they are.
Nuclear Blast always puts out good shit though. Like
they do.
Them and Century Media Records, they put out fucking bangers.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, that's our synopsis, guys. So check it out. It's easy to find. It's on all the things. Scour, Gold, can't miss it. Definitely recommend listening to it with earbuds.
Yes.
Hopefully some really, really good earbuds. And let this album take you away, because atmosphere-wise, it's very atmospheric. And it's going to take you on a journey. I know we say that a lot, but, surprisingly, most black metal albums aren't going to take you so much on a journey other than just a journey of blasphemy. This one is different. I think you can connect to it more personally.
Oh yeah, the blasphemy is there. It's definitely there, but you can interpret it in different ways. So that's what, like I said,
because sometimes it can be an allegory about talking about real shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is not a fantasy record by any means. So, don't go in it with that traditional black metal mind. But thank you all so much for joining us for this first round of Reaper's Underground tonight with Tracks of the Damned. But definitely stay tuned. In just a little bit, we're going to be doing the horror barbecue. So stay tuned for that as we continue your onslaught of Friday night. And always stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Reaper's Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame and